Hi, it's Scott from Oilcan Guitars. Just another update on my Oilcan guitar. A little bit further along, I've got the neck progressing quite nicely. I've got the fretboard on. You may or may not notice that I was doing a bank nut fretboard in the last video. I got it to this stage. Looks really nice. Quite happy with it, but it was just proving to be a little bit too unstable. Yeah, it's cupped, it was warped. I think splitting the bank nut, putting all the resin on there, and moisture in the air has basically caused it to cup quite badly. I don't know if you'll pick that up, but you know, it's cupped quite badly. So I really didn't want to risk it. I think next time I'll do it, I'll put it on a thicker piece of board, glue them in, epoxy it, and then let it sit, sand it, let it sit and let it stabilise, and then look to cut the fret slots, etc. in there. Really disappointing. I think that I ran a bit of terps on there just to see what the colours come up like, and it came up fantastic. So it's a bit disappointing that it didn't work, but what I've done is got some blonde jarrah here, and I've put this on. I've had it for a long time. Very stable, very straight. The guitar has to be good for the next 20 years, so I couldn't risk putting that other stuff on there. So here's where I'm at. I've roughly carved the back out, doing a bit of shaping with some rasps and some files and some sandpaper. Bit of a laborious process, but I actually quite enjoyed it. It's nice shaping it all out. So as you can see, it's still a little bit rough and ready at the end there. I still haven't quite got to where I wanted to get, but it's slowly but surely getting there. I'm just shaping the volute on there at the moment. Like you can see, there's a fair bit of wood still to take out of there, so it's getting there. Got the headstock roughly shaped out. Still got some more cutting to do down on that. Then I've got to put a veneer on that one. So that's where we're at with the neck. You look over here. I finally did cut the tin. I've cut the bottom out of the tin with some with just a basic can opener. So what I'm looking to do, I haven't seen it done this way, but this is the way I have come up with. What I've done is made a little box. So this little box is pretty much exactly the same size as the tin. So if I flip that over, so that's where my guitar neck will go into. So basically you're looking at, that will slot into there. I've got some nut certs put into the top here. So basically I'll put some bolts through here. These will pick up these nut certs here, and I'll be able to reach in through the back and put the bolts on. So basically the back end of the neck will come up to pick up the back point here. So it's a bolt on neck, but it goes all the way through. So very stable. So this will basically just slide inside the can. So the can will slide over the top like this. That will be hanging out the back, and what I'll do is I'll screw the bottom plate on, and I'll put some little rubber grommets on there for so it can stand upright. Well, I'm hoping it'll stand upright. So it'll be very solid. I'll be able to mount my bridge and my pickup through here. I'm going to drill some holes through here for the strings to come. They basically come up through here and then go down to the guitar neck. So it's progressing quite nicely. I've got to take a little nick out of the top of the tin now for the neck. I'm actually going to look at doing the volume knob on the lid. So kind of worked out a little way I might be able to get around it and get it to work. So I'm going to put the volume knob as the actual tin lid. So watch this space. So it is progressing nicely. The neck does fit inside the body. I've got to cut the tin, and then we're just about pretty much the bulk of it's done. And then it's just finessey stuff like drilling holes, putting the frets in, fret markers, etc. So a little bit of work to do, but the back of it's broken now. So I'll keep you updated as things progress. Thank you.